That's the wrong line, but it's fine. Hello and welcome to the Night Show, a weekly platform where you get to see my lovely face, talk to you about all the most relevant and relevant things in and around gaming. And we try to keep it interesting. And to those who are watching the VODs and YouTube, I see you. I see you. Thank you for your continued support and thank you for checking them out. I actually appreciate that. That's really cool. So thank you for that. So, first thing on the docket today, ladies and gents, is my hair because it's kind of messy, but we're not going to talk about that. Second thing on the docket is actually Dead Island 2. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but this is a sequel to the original game that came out around 2011. I don't know if you guys remember that time, but 2011 was kind of a fun, funky time. Thank you for the hydrate. I was waiting for that. Okay. Anyway, Dead Island 2 is a sequel to the original game, the original franchise title called Dead Island, which is a zombie title that was released in 2011. Now, after that title was released, people absolutely loved it. Not because it was necessarily a great game, but because that game had a lot of problems and bugs, but people still found it incredibly fun and entertaining to play. They used the bugs in the game to make the game more fun for themselves, and people actually had a good time. Here's where it gets kind of bad. Dead Island 2 is delayed. Again. In case you weren't aware, they originally announced the release for Dead Island 2 back in 2014 and scheduled the release for 2015. That got delayed, and then it got delayed, and then it got delayed, and then it got delayed, until now when it got delayed again, and it's going to be released sometime in April of next year. That's 2023. So that's what we've got. And last week, I talked about how fantastic it was that Phil Spencer was taking a stand and really defending the devs of, sadly Bethesda, but defending the devs of these games, in general, and just saying, hey, yeah, we're going to make sure that because we're a bigger company, we have other facets of income and monetary makeup. We can support our devs in letting them have more time to make these games. Hence the delays for games like Redfall, for games like Starfield. But you guys suck. Thank you for the hydrates. That's one. That's you're right. God damn it! Stop! Just stop! I'm trying to put on a show here. Please, just let me do my show. As I was saying. As I was saying. Okay, I'm good. Yes, so Phil Spencer was talking big. Motherfucker. I hate you all. Oh, excuse me. As I was saying. Thank you to Spill Fencer for standing up for the devs. Thanks, you guys did this. But at the same time, there's a goddamn limit. Like years, 7 years. That's a little too long, don't you think? At this point, they're really just giving Star Citizen a run for their money, and it's kind of wild. Oh, that water is not sitting well. It's stirring up everything. Oh, thanks for the heart. Yeah. God, this is gonna make this a tough one, and Okay, we're fine. Anyway, to recap, Dead Island is now rescheduled for release on April 28th of next year, and next month, in early December, probably around the 6th or so, we'll be getting a new trailer and also some new gameplay footage from the devs and the team. So there's that. There was a little more, but you know what? I'm just gonna skip past it because you guys decided to make me fucking drown me on stream. So you know it's fine. It's fine. We push on. We push on. So anyway, you know what's cool? Space is cool. You know what's cooler about space? Going to planets. But you know what's even cooler about going to planets? Having a planet that's kind of treated like old school Australia. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Callisto project. Protocol. I said it. The Callisto protocol. Anyway, point is, the game releases this Friday. It looks super fucking cool. It looks like a beautiful successor to the Dead Space franchise, and it's not. It's not a direct successor to the Dead Space franchise, but it does encapsulate a lot of the fear and the horror of the original Dead Space series. You know, it's cool, Yeah. Yeah, it is cool, isn't it? Says my mod. And I'm sorry, excuse me. Anyway, Callisto Protocol, it releases this Friday. And if you pre-ordered the deluxe edition of the game, then you'll have access to the season pass, which will include things like cosmetics, a couple of, like a harder level, a customized harder level that you can, I think you can like finagle a couple of things on, or rather it takes away things, so that's kind of cool. It also adds an extra horde mode to the game, which you just want to mow down hordes of these mutated freaks, and by all means you can do so. And it also adds a bit of story DLC, a little bit of extra little bit to the story. Now, although that's kind of cool and stuff, I'm not so great, words are hard. I'm not so stoked personally about the fact that they added story components to the DLC, to the season pass per se, but I mean, hey, what are you gonna do? You know, that's the market right now, and what can you do except band together as consumers and fight against the oppression dealt by the hand of capitalism and megacorps in the future corporate wars? Moving on, Vampire Survivors has got another update. For those who love this impactful game, this is actually the first update for this game after its official release on Steam. Yes, it's been on Steam for a while, but if you noticed, it was on Steam as early access. And only this past October, Vampire Survivor officially released on Steam. Now, this new patch is called the Tiny One. And pay attention, because here's what it includes. It includes 2 extra achievements, 1 new power-up, 1 new challenge stage, and a new secret. Some clips and pictures. Now, am I going to play this? You better fucking believe I'm going to play it. It's going to be great. Vampire Survivor was great when it had very little in the game. And guess what? That game is basically done. And you know what the devs said? The devs said, no, I'm going to add more. And when they did add more, you know what they said afterwards? They said, I'm going to keep adding more. And then they did, and they did, and they did, and there was more and more and more. And to top it off, even after the official release, the dev still wants to add more to the game. They just still want to add more. It's incredible. This game gives me hope. It's an indie game, and it's an indie title. And sure, you can call it a game that's not too hard to make. And yeah, I mean, you make a game, you tell me. But the point is that this dev has poured their heart and soul into something that they very much care about. And you can see that. You can see that in the game. And they're continuing to make more content for it. And after this update, the dev has also confirmed that there's still more updates to come in the future. What'll they be? Who knows? But do you think you can unlock all of the things in this patch? It's already available for download in the Steam market, so go ahead and grab that when you can. It's free DLC, so cough, cough, Callisto, take a note. Anyway, get out your pens, your papers, your notepads, your digital devices, because we've got some games coming out this week and sort of into the weekend. Because here is the sitch, everybody. On November 29th, we've got Sable. That's coming out for the PS5, folks. It's an exploratory puzzle game where you can guide the eponymous character, also named Sable, through a vast and rich world full of past civilizations, clans, and other traveling nomads. Next on the docket, we've got Last Days of Lazarus. That's a PS5 release, and it's coming out on November 29th as well. It is a first-person narrative adventure game whose visuals draw from the post-Soviet era and looks very pretty, so go check it out there if you just want to have some nice eye candy. And it's mixed with a bit of a gothic vibe and some supernatural elements. And in this game, you're working as Lazarus coming back home to discover that his family is dead, and you're going to learn the truth about it. Next up, we've got Warhammer 40k Dark Tide. You probably have seen a lot of streamers play this already because they've gotten early access, and by God, that game looks beautiful. Alright, its official release is November 30th, and the game was made by the same team who made Vermintide, the Vermintide series. If you haven't played the Vermintide series, I highly recommend you go play that because it is fantastic. They fixed a lot of the bugs ever since it was released with their most recent update, which came out, I believe, last year. Boys, I'm telling you, this game, Vermintide, fantastic. And Dark Tide, oh my God, it is a blessing. Glory to the Emperor. This game is basically the bloodier, prettier, darker, gun-focused version of the aforementioned game, Vermintide. And let me tell you again, it's worth it. They're definitely going to have more DLC coming out for this game, and they're going to have more maps. But as it is right now, this game is just gore galore, and it's great. So go check it out. For my Switch fans, on December 1st, you're going to get Inscription. Now, Inscription is a dark card-based strategy game that blends the deck building with roguelike and escape room style puzzles, as well as some psychological horror, into some kind of blood-laced smoothie, as I said on their website. And let me tell you, if you haven't tried a blood-laced smoothie, it's kind of sweet, a little tangy, but you know, it's okay, not bad. And finally, this week, December 2nd. That's this weekend. Same day as the Callisto Protocol because, hey, they gotta try and jump on this bandwagon, apparently. Marvel has a new game coming out, and that is called Marvel's Midnight Suns. It's coming out on the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, as well as PC. This game is a strategic turn-based tactical RPG where you play as a legendary demon slayer, the Hunter, who must lead a team of superheroes to defeat the most recent apocalyptic event that's attempting to destroy Earth. Because what is Marvel if it's not trying to destroy Earth, right? Honestly, the game looks pretty cool. It's got some kind of card-based elements to it, and it seems that there might be some deck building, or maybe they're just using the cards as a way to show off the abilities that are in the game. But honestly, it looks interesting, and we get to see some old boys coming back with some new boys, old frogs and new cats. You know, it's looking good, but we'll see what it looks like when it's actually released. Because Marvel, you know, Marvel hasn't actually dropped the ball so far. They did a really good job with the Marvel Avengers. Like, I retract this. It wasn't a good job, but they did a decent job with it. And then they doubled down and made it better with the Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy game, which also won Best Story of the Year, Best Narrative Game of the Year of its year, which I believe was 2019. So, or maybe it was 2020. Point is, Marvel's been doing pretty good with their story games, and they're looking pretty good. So they're bringing a bunch of different characters from different parts of the Marvel universe. We've got Ghost Rider, we've got Blade, we've got Wolverine, we've got Wiccan, we've got Doctor Strange, we've got Scarlet Witch, we got all the badass mommies and daddies coming together to fight a demon lady. It's gonna be pretty cool. Thank you for the posture check. I'm stretching a little bit. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the show that I have for you today. Thank you so much for drowning me live. Thank you. Yes, thank you for drowning me live. Thank you for listening in. Thank you for tuning in. And don't forget to hug your family, hug your close ones while you still got them. It's important. Let them know that you care. Let your friends know that you care. And also, care about yourself, because that's important too. And until next time, everybody, I will see you next week, same time, 8 p.m. Don't be late, because I probably will be. Stay gold, everybody. Have a good night.